And we are officially live at 5/7 Central from the Piranha Pond. I'd like to welcome everybody out there in digital land to Piranha Pond Live StreamCast. I am your illustrious host, Kingfish Mac, joined as usual by the piranhas in the pond. We're going to start at the bottom today. My brother from another mother, Mr. Frankie Dunn Flyer. What's going on with you, baby boy?
What it do, y'all, man? Ready to get it in, like the Flynn, man. You know what I'm saying?
I do know. And right to the left of him, always the best.
Ah,
My boy, Mr. Nick Nass. What's going on with you, baby boy?
Right here being the walking affirmation, baby. Trying to get it in with all the reality.
Nigga said a walking affirmation. I am
hey, that's how
so
it
not
go, nigga.
mad.
Affirmative. You know what I'm saying?
So not
Affirmative.
mad at
You know
that.
what I'm saying?
Walking affirmation.
Yeah.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all know who brings bling bling, all the clean stuff to the pond. My beautiful cousin, Miss Nick Mo. What's up, baby? So what's been going on with y'all? Shit, a lot of shit in the news. I guess we might as well just jump right on in.
Get it in.
Coming fresh off the wire. You know what? Let me do this. How about I do this?
On the keyboards.
Yeah, the man in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, if we were superheroes, we'd be dope. And we got a cool little squad. They can run around here in like
Hilarious.
souped up Cadillacs and shit. It'd be gangster.
Here we go.
We are coming back. Breaking news here in the trial of Jussie Smollett. No, we've
This
been
jumped off a
covering it.
couple
The
Oh,
hours ago.
jury has reached a verdict. It is at least counts guilty for Smollett. Let me remind you of what had happened here. Deliberating last night between yesterday and today for something like 9+ hours, 9.5 hours on our count. Over the course of the trial, they heard from nearly a dozen witnesses, including two brothers, who say Smollett paid them to stage the whole thing. That was the crux of the prosecutor's case here, right?
wow.
The prosecutors were saying, listen, this guy's credibility, in so many words, Jussie Smollett's credibility is shot. The defense was arguing this was not the case. Smollett denied that this alleged attack against him was a hoax. Remember, this was in 2019, this allegedly racist and homophobic attack. And we now know that as Smollett has faced 6 counts of disorderly conduct for making what prosecutors say was a false police report about this attack, he has been found guilty on 5 of the 6 counts.
Wow.
5 of the 6 counts guilty. So this is some interesting news that's come into us just now, into our NBC newsroom. I want to bring in here
That
NBC.
nigga running 90% right now.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, in, in light of the fact that uh, most of us, most of us in the urban community, we all kind of found this shit kind of laughable when it was going
Hilarious.
on, right? Did nobody believe that this nigga was telling the truth?
Especially
Right?
after the dudes popped up on us. Like, man, he paid us for that shit. We
No,
was
I'm
like,
talking about from the
wow.
beginning. From the beginning, it was one of them things. It's like, how can you mess up making $2 million a year?
On some bullshit,
You
though.
know, in an election year,
Here, well,
right?
But
let me give.
meanwhile, old girl who I'm trying to find her story, she only got probation.
So to
Mm-mm.
give some backstory for those of the viewers that are not up on Jesse Smollett case because it happened, such a while ago, and shit is not really serious. Uh, Jesse Smollett is the dude, actor that played on Empire, TV show Empire with Terrence Howard and uh, what's Lil Mama's name?
Uh,
Cookie.
no,
Cookie.
Taraji.
Taraji
Taraji
P,
P
yeah.
Henson. Um, he not only does he play the gay brother, he is the gay brother, right? In real life, to a big family of entertainers, the Smollett family and shit. Um, at some point, uh, we woke up one morning to the reports that this nigga had got jacked in attempted to be lynched, tied up and
Wow.
some more shit on a 2 o'clock in the morning walk to the subway to get a tuna sandwich in the fucking blizzard in
I was
Chicago.
gonna say it was like record snowstorm that night. It was like the record in Chicago for that
Hey,
particular time, and he
Subway,
went
eat
walking.
fresh. I
He
mean,
just
when you
got
gotta
in.
have it fresh,
He had just got in Chicago off the plane, and he went walking up subway at 3 in the morning and in the blizzard. Like, brother,
but when you gotta have it fresh though.
It's
Mhm.
is Subway open at 3 in the morning? I never heard of such thing.
Probably in
Yeah,
Chicago.
they be
A
open.
24-hour Subway?
They be open.
probably what?
Yeah, and you get tuna instead of a breakfast sandwich.
Ain't the tuna
Yeah,
fake
that's
anyway?
right there.
That was a lot.
The tuna milk.
Didn't
It was a
Subway
lot.
had a fake tuna? Wasn't that a thing?
It was a lot.
Yeah,
Oh, see,
yeah. No, but
but Jesse
the
Smollett
one
is
thing.
fake anyway, so it don't matter. He eating the right kind of tuna.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
so in, so
so
in
the
any
thing
event,
is, right?
in any event, right? To continue the story, he had alleged that he had been attacked in what was labeled to be a hate crime because there was racial and sexual fucking innuendos or whatever and shit that was hurled and supposedly the cause that he was black and gay. And this was supposedly done by two big burly white Russians or something. I don't know. Shit, right? Turns out that
They're not here.
it was two
I just gotta
stuntmen
blow out my cleats.
that had worked on projects with this dude. He had paid them to stage the whole scenario,
Daddy, you heard me?
bring whatever attention to himself. And over the period of time, we got to see a whole bunch of shit informally in social media, like the release of the check stubs that this nigga had paid the two brothers, right? The two brothers, as soon as they got questioned, they cooperated with the authorities. They told the truth, right? In turn, state's evidence. So we've been knowing about all this shit, but here we go a year and a half later and tried this nigga. This nigga is a crazy person, right? I ain't never seen, I don't know, probably because, I've only really pretty much been arrested on felonies. But I ain't really never seen a nigga take a misdemeanor to trial and shit, right? And take it to trial in such a fashion that, nigga, you are in the news cycle, right? Again, what is wrong with you? You
Wow.
really think you're going to beat that? So again, here we are now. We're talking about this shit again, right? The inevitable happened, right? You want to push them people to 12 in the box, 6 in the box, whatever it is. They found your dog ass guilty, and now you're going to be subjected to whatever the punishment is. Our conversation, right, should be about how important is your social media imprint, right? How important is it the way that people view you in the media, right? Whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, whether it's on Channel 7 News, right? Because you're a celebrity. How important is it, or is it so important that we will create scenarios to paint us in particular positions, even though we're not really in those positions? Talk to me, Piranhas.
Mm. Well, first of all, that that was his lifestyle as entertainment, right? So this is very entertaining, right? So whatever it is, it's the it was the it was so called saying the biggest act of them all is an actor because now you're in some fantasy made up stuff and still want to be accepted. So whatever his downfall was, whether he was losing money, not on the show, not getting revamped, he still had to make uh him have some kind of content. And his content like overshadowed him because what people believe, the actor in this real life. So it shouldn't have been no questionary. It happened to him because he's a public figure. He's being viewed, and he was an easy target. It didn't go over so well, Jesse. You know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, you went too far fetched. Mega. a noose in Chicago, right? Which Chicago is the murder capital.
Doing a blizzard, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? So you just not, you're not gonna get off that easy at 3 o'clock in the morning in the blizzard. You know, and known for white supremacy. That's just the most eyeballish thing. So whatever he was smoking, token, or feeling some kind of want to commit suicide, I'm talking about as far as, let me take that back. It's,
His image.
allegedly.
Well,
Yeah.
I, yeah. I believe the
Yeah.
biggest thing for me about it was that and I think that's where they were coming from, that they spent man hours, police hours, looking for these people. So
Mm-hmm.
the city of Chicago did a lot because because of his celebrity. So
Mm-hmm.
they did a lot. They did a lot to try to try to rectify that, and they jumped on that. They put police hours in with that. So I hate what he got, but he he ain't it went too far. He did a lot. He had people beat him up, and fabricated the story about the noose, and it was just a lot. And I would expect more. Not only did he just bring shame to him, but he brought shame to his family and stuff like that. Like he his sister, a big time actress, and who stood by his side and was going hard until it actually came out, and then she had to back down. But he had people going for him and stuff like that. Like don't let me be out there being that advocate for you, and the whole thing was a fucking lie.
But
That was a lie.
but
Yeah.
the real thing is, to me, is the nigga broke the law. And you perjured yourself in court, nigga,
Right.
and all of this shit. So he broke the law for whatever reasons. The man could be, he could have a mental illness. Like, he could be addicted to that type of fucking attraction. You know what I'm saying? That type of attention, I mean. So, you know, I just think within the realms of the law, he fucked up. Personally, I mean, I don't know him or nothing, but he may have something going on in his mind, man, where he, probably need to get checked out, because that was completely unnecessary. Because he was already on one of the hottest shows on TV. So it got to be something else. You know what I mean?
Now I thought that how it went was that allegedly, or how it was supposed to be, like what really happened was what he obviously at 3 o'clock in the morning he wasn't going to Subway. So wherever he went wrong, and he had to cover that up.
Huh.
What you know what? It's such thing called DoorDash. You know what I'm
But
saying? So you can't tell me if you high
But
case
but at
celebrity,
3 o'clock
you're
in the
not gonna
morning
call a
and
DoorDash
woken, he
to.
wasn't going to Subway.
so so that was just an
Yeah.
excuse. It wasn't just to for publicity. He was out there doing something he wasn't supposed to, allegedly. And
Right.
since that went wrong, he had to cover that
Then
up.
he had to come up with the
Is what
story.
you saying,
So
Mo?
yeah, I thought that's how it initially was when everything had started to come to light. Like it was a reason why he had went with the lie.
Well, so the thing is, right? He thought he was Action Jackson. He thought it was an '80s movie. So, yeah, that just shows you that, um, whatever the price he got to pay, karma is alive, right? So the thing is, it actually derailed. He was a train wreck. It actually, so how he's viewed now, right? He's not credible for nothing anymore. Like, cancel culture is in full effect on him from all sides, politically, uh, interview wise. He can't go on up because now he's in court found guilty of falsifying information, right? I think it's worse than the 6ix9ine dude right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, what you call that? He culturally, he's not an icon, right? And I feel like his views was getting down so low. Maybe he just wanted to stay at that number. And like they said, right, from a long time ago, he implemented a president with the mega, whatever you want to call it. He entered the things of people that do have legitimate views about racism when it comes to the communities. Then, on the second of all, he embarrassed the whole cast. Because was he supposed to have an album that came out from the stuff that he sung on there? what isn't he a writer or
Yeah, I think
a
he's some
music man for
some kind
real?
of musician, a rapper,
But
singer,
see,
or something
I
like
was
that.
thinking, wasn't they family the Jets or one of them singing groups from back in the day? Weren't they like their uncles or
Nah,
some shit
nah,
like
nah,
that?
nah. They the Smolletts, right? So they got a little brother. I think that's in entertainment. The big sister, like Shell said, is real famous. She
Real
played with
right.
one of
Um,
one of Mr.
From back when she
Deeds
was a
or one of
baby.
the motherfuckers like that.
Yeah, from back
yeah,
when she was a
Um,
baby.
and way back
she
in the
began.
day,
She was the
Yeah.
one that opened the door for
yeah,
everybody.
way back
Right.
in the
Oh,
days,
okay.
they actually had a TV show with all of them when they were real,
Right,
real
right,
little. But then
right.
she became on to be real big. She was big in East Bayou. That was kind of really her big breakout role. She played
Right.
the daughter in
Right.
East Bayou. Her along with Megan Good, both
Making
of them.
good.
That was kind of
Right.
like they breakout roles.
Man, that's dope. I
Yeah.
thought they were a
So
part of
his,
the other little family, but okay.
you know, so it's really no get back and it's no sympathy for his action, even if he was looking for whatever his life turmoils was, right? That he picked the wrong avenue. He can't, and he couldn't step up to the plate to be an advocate for any kind of racism, right? Because his name wasn't big enough. And he thought it was because it gave him a false perception on really who he was. And if he had a number 100,000 or 500,000, and he fell off, and he felt like he had to get him back, that was the wrong move. So what was in his psyche? What was his mentality on
That's what I'm
even
saying.
pulling this up?
See, see, I
Yeah,
disagree. He did. He had enough celebrity. He had enough clout, which is why they jumped on it so hard and they put in the hours they put on it.
But it makes more sense if he was doing it as a cover up for some other shit.
Well,
Other
that's
than that, he
what I
just on
thought it
some.
was. I thought that he went out and wherever he was,
I mean, that makes more sense.
it didn't go well, and then it
If
came.
that is
but
true,
if I could,
then I
if
get it low
I
key.
thought he
You
was
know what
at
I'm saying?
some type of after hours place or something like that, or
but
whatever.
if I could remember though, right, his character was having less and less appearances because his story pretty much played out with from what I can remember from the him and the daddy getting into it and the younger brother. And I thought they was gonna write him out. So I think he fell all the way off, right? The Joaquin, what was his name? The little rapper. Remember the
Yeah,
one
I
chick
can.
came in, it yeah, and like took over the scene, the girl rapper when they was battling back and forth. So they had less and less because it was getting bigger and bigger and more appearances, right?
Well,
From
I thought.
other like superstars that was bigger than him.
Well, I thought. I don't. I don't think that was such a big deal. I thought it was being such a big deal because of the content of his character and what Lee Daniels was actually putting out there on prime time. And I thought that was getting a lot of flack at the time because it was a prime time slot. And Empire started doing a lot with with the homosexual
With
role.
that slot, right?
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
was doing a lot. And I thought that was an issue. Not that he just wasn't popular. I just think it was a lot of backlash that that uh that the content was being that they was going way too it was going way too far. They wasn't leaving anything to the imagination.
I can
Well,
dig that
on
too.
the one on the one thing, they were saying that Don Lemon texted him in the beginning, so he's caught up in a whole nother world now. So it's about to carry on farther than all of that. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess Don Lemon got some ties in it now from texting him or wanting to do an interview after the thing happened. Ain't what's her name too? The Candace lady. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, everybody jumped behind him in the what I'm saying, to add fuel to the fire and said, how could this happen to one of our young African American male stars in Chicago when Chicago is known for violence? So how did the city of Chicago view him now too? Can he really go back to that city? Can he really
As a liar.
go back to the old story? The man that cried wolf on a off the big one of the biggest platforms on like y'all say on primetime television, and he got diminished into a person that's not going to be viewed no more. Almost like Tevin Campbell wish. You know what I'm saying? Like his whole thing is
Don't
you
do
know what I'm saying?
Tevin.
His whole
Don't do Tevin.
I'm
Shout out to
saying.
Tevin Campbell, man.
Don't do
Tevin
Tevin.
was hard.
Yeah.
He had personal
You
things
know what I'm
going on in
saying?
the
Don't do
situation.
Tevin. We're not gonna do Tevin.
But I'm saying But what you just said is personal things going on, right? And right when it comes to sentencing him now, right? The sentencing phase, you know what I'm saying? Or people gonna rate want to have sympathy for whatever his life turned out to be. You know what I'm saying? Longevity of whatever. Like you are now viewed in this cancel culture age as a liar, a misappropriation of funds from the city. You know what I'm saying? What kind of fines you gonna get? And like Max said, a misdemeanor charge, you plea out to that. Energy would say something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Right off with probation or classes or mental evaluation. And lucky he didn't go as far as saying, I need to go under mental evaluation and stand trial. Because at the time, I was just frustrated with the world of today. And we can't even use that. You know what I'm saying? So,
It just leaves a bad stain for black people, for the LGBTQ community. He's a clown. He clowned out on that one, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
And y'all, like, really, what was even the benefit for even those thoughts? It's not like you're going to be a spokesperson for the greater good or whatever because you got more victimized than anybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's another question I want to bring up, right? Like, what would make you think that in your mind that you would actually, because this could have been a part where it started up a riot and people could have, you know what I'm saying, lose their life over a situation like that. You know what I'm saying? Where like this just happened, right? And it's all kind of financial tolls that come with it, right? So should he be prosecuted for that too?
With credibility is shot.
That's for sure. That's
You
for
know what I'm
sure.
saying?
You
And
know,
where does he
Five
go
out of
from
six
here?
dentists recommend or would agree with that.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
he,
where does he grow from here? You know what I'm saying? Is it going to open up for mental health? And you know what I'm saying? Go to the Actors Guild and say, well, we mental health because we don't have. Do they have a union in these pictures in this television industry, Mac? That y'all know of?
Yeah.
Anybody?
Hell
In
yeah, they got a union.
the Screen Actors
a
Guild, I think
union,
we do have
yeah,
one.
the
Yeah.
Screen
Fuck
Actors
yeah,
Union.
they got a union.
They got a
Yeah,
union for everything.
Everything.
For
yeah.
everything that you do in the movie business.
Okay, so
Yup.
does he go there and trying to reclaim some of his credibility now, or is it
Nah,
shot
they,
forever?
his
Come
best
on,
shot is to
Piranhas.
go ahead and lean on the young mental disabled mental, you know what I'm saying, and go ahead and get that help he need. Because
Well, I mean,
if
I
it
think
wasn't a
he's gonna
cover
do
up,
it. He's gonna have to let it die down.
if it
It's
wasn't a
it's gonna
cover up,
take a while. It's gonna die down. But I mean, does it take the fact away that he was a good actor? Does it take away the fact that he was a good singer? No, but he did
ain't
tarnish
gonna
his
matter.
name. He did tarnish his name. So,
That ain't gonna matter because ain't nobody gonna want to work with him.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna take a
So
long time
regardless,
for his
you know what I'm
stigma
saying?
Right.
to
It's
die
like
down,
overform.
and the people
Right.
start to actually cast him. You know, and
Regardless of all the
not
talent,
have to deal with
nigga.
the backlash of what he had going on.
His
So
shit
he
kind of
can't.
brings to mind the shit that has happened with the girl Rachel Dolezal. Y'all know who she is?
Yup.
I
Old
stand
girl
Yeah.
with Rachel. I
old
You
stand
girl
with
stand
who
with her?
ran, she was white, acting like she was black.
I stand with Rachel. Rachel went harder than most black people I knew,
Yeah,
and
right. I don't have a problem with that.
I
See, I
stand with
don't.
Rachel.
That's like motherfuckers having
If
a
her
problem with
whole life,
Eminem.
if her whole life she identified with being black, who am I to tell her
Man,
she
hey,
was doing all that?
at
And they
least it
try to
wasn't the
say
other
that
way around.
she took that job away from anybody else that might have, applied for that NAACP job. But hell, how many people in Alaska was really applying for that NAACP job that
Right,
she got it anyway? You
and she
know,
got it because she was better qualified than other motherfuckers. Ain't nobody
I
mentioning that. But
I
fuck that. At least
stand
we
with Rachel
gained
on
one. We
this.
didn't lose one, and
I
that's all
stand
that matters right there.
I stand with her. Like I say, she go harder than a lot of black people.
Yeah,
So
I'm with
I
her.
I
you know
think more to the point, right?
they got
Um,
more Caucasians who have been around black people and grew up with black people their whole life that they really identify. They ain't out here saying I'm black. I get that, but I know a lot of people. I have a lot of friends who I grew up with who grew up in the black community, and they got black husbands, they got black kids.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think what probably what I was making a comparison to was the idea
That
that
he lied. Yeah.
Yeah, that she lied, and that it was social media that tore her motherfucking ass up to the extent that it had an effect in her real life, right? Like,
Mm,
it dismantled her whole shit. You lost everything. You know what I'm saying?
everything.
Everything that was important, right? When, and I think that
And she probably was doing a good job.
Oh yeah, she was.
she was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think that what happened.
What to do?
No, so to answer Hawk's thing,
All that shit.
no, they're not going to go after the brothers because the brothers cooperated. That was part of their deal. They had to
In a
deal with it.
misdemeanor.
Yeah,
That's
they
crazy.
treated that shit like it was a federal fucking case.
Wow. Yeah. And yeah, that's the same. So, but going back to that, right? And the same thing with to add on to that, the most major one, what people lied about what their identity was J. Edgar Hoover. You know what I'm saying? And he was actually black. You know what I'm saying? But he took
Yes.
he, you know what I'm saying? So he took down the whole. He tried to diminish the whole black culture. Public enemy number one are all African Americans. Everybody with melanin. He was going off. Then he switched over and said he got so powerful that he just took down all the 1% people that's billionaires and government officials. So, are they still going to remove his name from all the other stuff? COINTELPRO?
Major difference.
Hmm.
You think so?
Yes. By about a leap and a bound, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
A leap in the bows and 3 shades of white. How
You
about
know what I'm
that?
saying? You know what I
And to the
mean?
back of me. To both sides and to the back of me, Nick.
You know what I'm saying?
Both sides.
I just had to break. I had to break it up. I had to throw
Difference.
a rock in the pie because J. Edgar Hoover was black.
Yeah.
He
That was a
identified
rock,
as
all
That
right.
raises the
Caucasian.
question that even though you have strong ties, even though you're married, even though you have kids, I guess that's the question in today's society. How far do they allow you to, I guess, go with blackness?
Yeah.
I think the public is cruel, bro. I think
I think
the
the public
internet
is
is
very, very,
cruel,
I think the public is very cruel.
and I think the man is washed because it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm gonna just bring up this fact too. They gave Kim Kardashian, hell. She got black daughter.
Yeah.
She was doing one thing where she was doing like the little cornrows one time and like the braids, and they killed her. But she got a
Her
daughter.
whole
She was trying to
her
match.
whole
She was matching with her daughter. I didn't think anything was wrong, but she got black kids.
that also is different because this nigga is black. Well,
Well, no,
they're
no, no. I'm
islanders,
sorry,
but
Frank. Not really comparing it to the justice, but because we had jumped on like the racial dossier, I was kind of like comparing it to that. With
oh well,
Yeah.
Nick,
yeah. I mean,
like
everybody knows she white, but her
that's
whole
what I'm
family
saying. We
fuck with
all know
black
she
people.
is, but if she
Yeah, so
got
that's
kids and she wanna identify with her kids and stuff like that, I don't
that
see
too
anything
is
wrong with
different because
Mm.
she's been raised in the black eye like that. You know what I'm saying? Like her whole family, nigga, since OJ. You know what I'm
that.
saying? Her pops was out there saving black people from the
Yeah.
law.
So
You know what
and
I'm saying?
like
So
I said, we got black people who don't even want to be black, but we
I was
want
gonna
to,
say at least we gained one and didn't lose
but we
one.
want to condemn the people that
Yeah.
are it ain't hurting nothing.
So
So
and that's the point, right? It's like it, with everything that he was think he was a new prophet on, he was going to be the person to fight racism because like we said, we didn't believe him from the beginning because it was just too odd, especially Chicago, and we know how
you know,
they you know what I'm saying, everybody operates in Chicago. People don't
but
get with nuisance
Gangsters out
running
there.
there.
you can't be
They
you can't be
gangsters in Chicago.
you can't be the face of racism when it was just based on a lie.
No, but this is what I'm saying. In his,
You
I'm
can't
talking
be the
about
face of
this,
racism if that shit don't make no sense.
Yeah,
that's the whole
but
thing. And the thing is, right, and where I really got disgusted at, because these people are mysteriously getting hung, or what they say suicide allegedly, right, and then you go pull a stunt like this when it's a real serious problem with this new age people finding hung from Barstow to Upper Washington or whatever, all across the United States, young women, young African American women, and men,
I
and he just gonna
it,
pull the whole news thing, knowing that it's a very sensitive subject. So if there was like, okay, your experience, Jesse, you know, how did it make you feel? You survived something that normally don't people survive in Chicago,
Let's
right?
address this comment from Hope Bryan. I'm trying to understand it. Biden Harris led frenzy to amplify Jesse Smollett's false hate crime crime claims. So should they apologize? I don't get it. You said they amplified it. Like,
They blew it
Well,
up
what?
like
They
it
blew it
blew
up.
it
Yeah,
up
what
now.
he's saying is that when he first came out and said that this had happened to him,
oh,
um,
everybody jumped on it
right,
because they
all the
believed him
Democrats.
because
It's up
they
to us.
feel like he had credibility. So no, I don't think that everybody got to apologize. I mean, I don't think I'm guilty for believing it. But once it came out, then it came out, and then I think again his own sister jumped on it. Everybody kind of jumped on it who kind of believed him, and then once it actually just wasn't making sense, and they came out. I think, like I said, I think the bigger question, the bigger picture was that because of his lie, and not because everybody jumped on it, but because of his lie, it wasted man hours looking for the culprits that were doing it. So no, I don't think everybody have to apologize. I mean, I'm not, if today if Keith say something, I'm gonna believe him. I'm gonna be the first one to jump in front of it. You ain't gonna come
Right,
from my cousin.
right.
But
See,
Hmm.
then we come to find out the lie. Well, do I need to come back and apologize to society? No, that's my cousin. I'm supposed to.
the thing
Motherfucker,
about
right.
Harris and Biden
Now
is
she gonna
they
cuss my
just
ass out though, right?
they
I'm
just
giving
Yeah,
you
I'm finna give him the business. Like I'm finna give him the business. Like
business.
the
you
thing
yeah,
let me?
the thing about Biden and
If
Harris
anything,
leading
he
the
should
charge was
apologize to
all
his sister.
political. It
yeah.
was
It
a
was an
hot thing to
election
jump
year.
behind. It affected so many different groups, and they just took opportunity. They're opportunists, man. And now they get a chance to sit back and look stupid because they was on the charge of that bullshit. You know, you shouldn't just jump behind nothing like that for the sake of publicity or politics. But you know, that's how they play the
Yeah.
game. It was all
Well, who?
political. It had nothing to do with nothing. They didn't give a damn.
But in hindsight, to me, I said this once before. Sometimes the media is the worst culprit because
They
they
are.
do be so quick to report. They do be so quick to not fact find, and it's breaking news because it was him. You know, again,
Yeah,
he hadn't did anything he hadn't did anything in the past, so he didn't have a habit of lying in the past to where you would think that he wasn't a victim.
well,
And
y'all
for the
know y'all.
record, they'll never apologize. Ever.
So look, but y'all bring up a good point, right? That the media, we in the age of spin, and information comes to us at, what I'm saying, every 20 minutes, right? That, you know, it changed the dynamic of everything because we want to fact check before we do stuff because this was a major fact check incident right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, well, let me this and this add up. So we can actually uh jump
Like
towards
it
this
was
without
never
even
more
talking
like
today.
it's okay that it's breaking news, but it kind of should have been like more details to come.
Yeah,
After
let's see
that
what's
probably should have
unfold.
been more after a good investigation. But I get it. And the city of Chicago did what they were supposed to do. It was reported as a crime. They were supposed to jump on
Yeah.
it.
And
You
then
know,
and and then
I
I
had
would have
commended
had
them
it
for
if it
jumping on it
was.
the way they did. Right?
Yeah, yeah. So the thing is, right, from now on, if we don't hear from your PR person the first day and you come out live and make a statement, like you the one that called, you know what I'm saying? When you still got on camera, you still got a Subway sub in your hand, and you're not thinking about your life, but you're thinking about the life of that Subway sandwich. With a rope around your neck, man, hands free, baby. It'd have
Being
been on.
be, being in the age of information, it's all about the now. We'll worry about the facts later. Be the first one to get this out now. Be the first one to get this out now. Because if he lied to us, if he lied to me, then he lied to us. Anybody can
Yeah,
fade back into that bush on that young Homer Simpson meme. You know what I'm saying? But as long as they
yeah,
put that shit out there and they was the first one to do it, you'll always have that recognition. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's all they worried about. You know,
yeah.
being
So
first.
did
We'll worry about the facts later.
so did
Information
he?
age, baby. You know what I'm saying?
So did he do some Martha Stewart? I mean, did Don Lemon do some Martha Stewart? Talk about I heard on the line, you know what I'm saying, a text message because he's going through his thing. You know what I'm saying? That he was like, because he got a relationship with him, you know what I'm saying? People in the news, right? And says that does it roll downhill now? So everybody who's qualified to have a news or just that one is actually gonna say, well, we're not gonna trust in celebrities no more. You know, so what it says.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know. That'll be a hell of a lawsuit, but I mean,
Oh
shoot your
yeah.
shot, nigga. Shoot your shot, nigga.
There you go.
Well, here, let's I'll break down all of these things for your ass right quick, Mr. Brian.
Hey,
So
come in live. He could come in live. You want to send him the link to come in live? You want to get on there? Let's
the
talk
link is
about it.
the link is already up. The link is
Come
That's
on,
all you
already
Mr.
gotta
up
do
Brian,
is
come
on
in.
tap
the
in,
Facebook page. All you gotta do is
Tap
tap
in.
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 But
Yeah.
so in terms of what Joe Biden may have said about Kyle Rittenhouse at the time that he was on the campaign trail, we have to understand that politics is politics, and
Man,
politicians kind of jump on whatever is the hot button topic at the time and shit, right? So, I'm not gonna hold Joe Biden uh, in no kind of way overly accountable for being a politician and jumping on a hot button topic. At the time, the narrative that was spoken on Kyle Rittenhouse was that he was a kid that had broken several different laws, crossed state line, and some more shit to go basically participate in what we consider to be a racist uh, positioning, which ended up in two people dead and another person shot. Now, as the shit came out or whatever, in the court of law, as it should, right? A jury found that it was something different, right? Okay, move on.
Period.
Um, and so he can't sue Joe Biden because, for one thing, there's a thing called fair use, right? Once you become in the news, then you are basically a public image, right? And so motherfuckers are able to opine on you any way that they want to in public, right?
But
So
I have
Mm-hmm.
there's no suing Joe Biden. So presidential immunity doesn't even have a play. And in terms of how the media made it look like it was black people that was shot, I think that was on your discernment. You know what I'm saying? Because the information was always there as
I
to
said it
who
from
were
the
the
gate.
three people who actually got shot,
Yeah.
and that none of them were black, which is probably why black people weren't all up in arms about the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, except to say that it was, if he got off, that it was just going to be another example of the white fucking judicial system at work protecting its own, as opposed to how it would have worked had he been a black man going to protect against a white protest, right? So there's
Period.
that.
Okay,
so
so
And
but let's be clear on this. Oh, are you proposing that question because he got off on it, and now you're saying because he was found not guilty, he can go back and sue? Because let's be clear, he fucking did it. He just got off on it.
Yeah.
I think that what he is saying is found in the next issue, which I truly appreciate, right? Which is where he says that that's why he feels he gets a lot of real information from streams like ours and not the hokey ass chumps from the mainstream media. I appreciate that, bro.
yes, sir.
Thank you.
We here
Yeah.
to,
That's what we here for.
got to understand is that even though each of us has a particular position of how we feel, right, about everything that we talk about, we generally coming from the everyday, every band's position and shit, right? Black people, I'm saying, living on the average and how we kind of consume some of this information, um, not just taking it at face value and kind of dissecting this shit. So I appreciate you. And then Bubba
Yeah.
Wallace
Well,
didn't do
salute.
nothing. Bubba Wallace never said a word in the entire noose scenario. He never made a statement. His statement at the end, right before the race, was, "Yeah, I just think that all this shit is a distraction. I'm trying to win a race." And
Mm-hmm.
so that was the media that did that. It wasn't Bubba Wallace.
Yeah. Now, see, and that goes into what you said the last time, man. So right after he got acquitted of this, then the guy showed up at the Christmas parade, and ran these people over. Then they start vilifying him because it was a Christmas parade. Now, if you go back a little further, the I forgot her name. This lady who had a Black Lives Matter protest. She took her car in New York and started running people over, but nobody died. But people got their bones broken and stuff. And she was out on bail. Now she's up for trial. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't really highlighted like this guy. So if somebody would have died in that in her little BMW, you know, uh, it would have been the same thing as this guy who was running from the police, where there was underlying domestic violence or so, and because of this, in the same place in Wisconsin, now he's uh how you said it, Mac? He's a gangster rapper where it's like he's black. You know what I'm saying? He's this, and this domestic violence, and he was wanted for a whole on bail, $1,000 bail, and he ended up killing 4 old ladies that's in the Christmas parade, the dancing grannies.
And
You know what I'm saying? Now,
again, and again, I feel like the system failed us with that because again, for the previous charges that he had, I still just had a problem with him just being off on $1,000 probation and $1,000 bail, and then come back and just see the same bullshit. I just feel like, and I know we all have different views about how bail, and I know you say bail is, it's said to be able to afford it. But what I'm saying is that I don't feel like that bail supported the crime. I you know,
My position is the same as it was in the last show, so go check that one out, y'all.
that
but
was
but
real
but
good.
but
It was
like this.
real good and real heated.
It was. It
But
was
the thing is,
nice.
so the thing is too, right? They actually fired a warning shot at him. They didn't shoot to kill, right? So he was afraid for his life. He just pressed the gas. But like I said, and this is the part where nowadays people actually get it confused, right? Because it does come down to when the news said it is
Oh,
like it's the thing, white,
when
you know
I
what I'm saying,
died.
African Americans against Caucasians. Who could do and what mindset is it that people do? Are we that,
But I'm back,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So are we that privileged to the news cycle? You know what I'm saying? It's the breakdown of everybody, you know what I'm saying, culturally. You know, they put us in this stereotype frame of mind. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? Oh,
we perpetuate it. So I'm saying, like, it ain't their fault. They just report what we give them to report. If everybody was on the straight and narrow, news would be boring. And news would be the National Enquirer, basically. They just be
yeah,
making up shit to stir arousal. But
yeah.
motherfuckers is different. Everybody do what they do. Black, white, green, or indifferent. So they got a lot to pull from, bro. So, you know what I'm saying?
So since I'm recently, going back and forth to these doctors and hospital stuff, and those who out there that don't know that I live deep in the woods, and I actually started getting internet after the fires and stuff, right? And this news cycles just be knocking me back. You know what I'm saying? Like really put me in turmoil from this Kim Porter lady that with the taser. You know what I'm saying? That talking about she grabbed a service weapon and shot this young man
Thought she was
and the
using the
girlfriend's
taser,
on
yeah.
time, and she got hit in the head, ear bleeding and stuff, and you know whatever it
But
was.
she gave her testimony today that she used her belt to try to save him and stuff like that. It was, and stuff like that. But again, she gon' they trying they setting her up to get off.
You know,
Yeah,
man.
What I'm
you know
getting
what I'm
out the
saying.
cover,
Down to
what basically what
down.
I'm getting out the coverage is that it was it was unfortunate that she grabbed it and that it was a mistake. He still lost his
Yeah.
life. And you
So the thing
hold
is,
on,
right?
hold on, and now they trying to say that well, she wasn't she wasn't trained properly. Then why the fuck was she on the street?
Oh my
He'll
God.
take care of all that in the
And
lawsuit.
they said that
She'll probably get off,
she wasn't
but
trained, or not now it's just being like, well, you know what, she wasn't trained properly. You think?
See, look, and that goes all the way back to Oscar Grant. You know what I'm saying? To the Bay Area thing. This guy thought he grabbed a taser, but it was his pistol. You know what I'm saying?
you
So
know,
whatever
age
that
old
excuse
And
excuse.
was
that just takes
culturally,
me back to say that nobody is being trained to subdue. They're being trained to kill. They're not being trained to subdue.
there you
How
go.
the hell you didn't know? You
There
you
you,
you, this supposed to be your time. You got active scene. So this supposed to be your time to shine per se. Or but so now you're gonna say during the heat of the moment you didn't know your taser from your gun, then you wasn't ready for active on the street police duty.
yeah,
Now to
it's a
come,
different feel.
and now to come back try to use that excuse now. I'm tired of people
Yeah,
using the excuse
and
when
and
you
and
kill
that's the
somebody. You took somebody's
and
life.
look and
Stop using
this is
that
the
excuse.
and like I said, right?
Take your
So
lick.
I'm gonna say allegedly, right? Because I'm no longer in that life, right? But as far as um weaponry and stuff like that, it's a whole different feel. It's a whole different thing between cold steel and plastic. You know what I'm saying? The grips, everything. So that's like you being blindfolded and you could tell what is what. You know what I'm saying? This from the actual feel of everything. Right.
Well, even
So
the
it's
footage
no
of her holding it in front of her, it was a black gun she was holding in front of her when she was going side to side. At no time did you
yeah.
notice that. And again, if you wasn't trained properly to know that in the heat of the moment, then why were you on the street?
There you go. You know what I'm saying? So this is what we say that it plays on the human psyche, right? And you're right. The bottom line with all police officers when you take the oath is to protect and serve, right? But the thing is, protect and serve yourself, right? Because now you're a liability once they gear you up, right? You're a liability to the city and to the department. You know what I'm saying? So it's no different if they was doing what I'm saying, citizen forfeiture. Me and you shall all of us ride to back to New Orleans, and between all of us, we got $3,000 in our pocket. It's cash in the car, right? Everybody can have their name on it. They could, what I'm saying, they could forfeit that right there in the you know what I'm saying, in the police funding thing of the world, right? If you don't have you cash your check today, got a paycheck stuff, but they'll still take it, right? And so it with if you fight against it, you're gonna get shot because that money was used for us to buy drugs and alcohol. No, we're gonna buy some Tito's and some daiquiris when we get there. You know what I'm saying? It just took our fun away. So, along those lines, right? That I say the majority of people in the United States, we are in fear to even leave out the house with stuff like this. Now it's evoking fear on everything all the way around. Like, and y'all right. When it comes down to it, it's like, do I have content to make the news and get views? You know what I'm saying? 100,000 likes. 200,000 likes. If I could get that little plaque from YouTube, and I'm ready to get my plaque for the Piranha Pine. I don't know why y'all playing. You know what I'm saying? Can we get the views up, people? You know what I'm saying? So it is like, that is the one part that when it comes back around, all these things that's in the news on people getting prosecuted, people making false accusations and turning everything upside down. We here to keep it straightened out, like Max said, on a level of we a little bit above average, but common sense having people out here in the world. You know what I'm saying? These four of us, common sense. We're gonna give it to you real. So don't fall for the liars out there from actors. Scripted.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? It
That's
don't go like that.
for you.
You know what I'm saying? If your revenue is getting low, you don't have to turn up like that and be out there functioning at 3:00 in the morning in the blizzard talking about I need to get by 7:00 in the morning. I need to get a million views with a noose in the Subway sub sandwich in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like who? I wonder who put him up to that. Now I'm thinking it was a political move now. Like who did he owe money to, right? To go out there and pull this fiasco. You know what I'm saying? Like who you know what I'm saying? Who he had to pay money to?
Yeah.
I think that it was just about clout.
Oh yeah.
Once again, it was
yeah.
At that particular time, it was about shaping the public perception of him as an artist, right? Gaining sympathy, victimized because of who you are as a person, the color of your skin and your sexual orientation. But I ain't gonna let that stop me. I'm still, and then remember, at that time, it was a lot of people had said, a lot of people behind the scenes of entertainment were saying that he had just went through contract renegotiations, and part of his renegotiation strategy was to try to negotiate for more airtime, right? More lines, right?
So, yeah,
right.
that's right.
So again,
I remember that.
Excuse me.
it was trying to shape
Bless
the
you.
public perception of him. Got an album coming out or whatever. Season is about. Matter of fact, the season was halfway through, and I think they had maybe 6-7 episodes left to shoot. And I think that he was trying to play on, you know, you the hot topic in the media cycle. Why not write your part bigger on the show in real
Yeah,
time?
that's what I've
You know
heard.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, because he was after that whole little story where he was fighting with Lucius. That was the last thing I had seen. So it's like, yeah, like his whole management team, whatever. And like I said, he just went out on the what you call that, on a razor blade with soap on the bottom of his feet. You know what I'm saying?
I
And try
mean,
to make the shit happen.
Wow.
So
if he was taking opportunity of an opportunity, then that's different too. Like I really don't know why he did it, but if it was for some type of game, then it makes sense. If he just did that shit on some, oh, nigga, I just want to be seen, I need the attention. If he was trying to play up his album or get more lines, then by all means, brother, run your hustle. You know what I'm saying? Because if you hadn't got caught, yeah, I don't know if it worked or not because I wasn't a fan of Empire. That's just me. But if it worked, then you did a good thing. If it didn't, yo bad,
He
nigga.
didn't. He got kicked off the show.
There you go. You know what I'm
yeah, there
saying?
you
But you
go.
got to shoot your shots. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
hey,
His
shit.
Yeah, but
shot
you
was
don't.
wide as a
But you
motherfucker,
don't.
wide
But you
That
left.
don't.
nigga, he
You
took
don't.
it from the logo on the other side of the line, though.
You don't see
but
That
sometimes like
nigga
that
shit was
though.
wide to the motherfucking left.
You
yeah,
don't.
your like I'm saying, he blackballed himself. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
He's an embarrassment to, like you said. Well, I'm gonna say it like this. He's an
His fault.
embarrassment to the culture. You know what I'm saying? To
His fault.
the whole culture of who's gonna get their shot, right? Like he didn't close the doors for wherever you fit at in life, right? Because this is the part where, from now on, people that look like him, people in his vision, they're gonna say what they're gonna say. Oh, you one of them um, Jesse types.
Nah, I don't think he
No,
fucks it up for nobody but himself.
no, he did. Like LB Shore messed it up for light skinned people.
For light
You know
skin.
what I'm saying?
Get off LB Short. We not.
You know
We
what
not
I'm
gonna do
saying?
LB Short.
Do you wanna? Do you wanna?
Get off
Do you
LB Short.
wanna? No.
We not gonna do LB Short.
Rescue me.
God, that
We
is
not gonna do
hilarious.
LB Short.
That
This
nigga
nigga
is
crazy.
hilarious.
We are not
That
gonna
is
do LB Short.
hilarious.
We're not
You know what
doing
I'm saying?
LB Short. We're
No,
not
but
gonna
I'm
do
saying.
Oh
We're gonna get
God.
no for
What album he made up after that? You know
Nah,
what I'm
I
saying?
just
a
think that
lot of times. A
he
lot.
clowned himself out of
Private
that one.
Times in
So
the Whole Night is my favorite album. I love that.
everybody else is
I love that album.
I think everybody else is straight. It's just a bad mark on
Yeah, I mean he
those he
messed up his
represent.
own
But
career.
it's
So
so many
I don't think
true,
it's going
righteous,
I don't think it's gonna
brilliant,
hurt
black,
anybody of
and
LGBTQ
right, exactly. It's too
in
many
definition
brilliant,
going
beautiful
into
people out there.
acting or having
He,
parts. I
Yeah.
think he messed up
he
his
ain't he ain't messed up nothing but nobody but himself, man. We all
Well, at
everybody.
least he
It's a
didn't.
whole lot of righteous people out there.
At least he didn't bring up the out of the Illuminati made me do it, so it would have been a whole different
Yeah.
story. So they pressed me, you know what I'm saying? So career career suicide, you
Nigga
know what I'm
got
saying?
pressed into
Sacrificing
career
the
suicide trying to make a career move.
right.
Yep.
yeah,
Hey, he fell on that sword. That's crazy.
you know what I'm
But you
saying?
got to
Because
shoot your shots. Nigga.
you know what
It
I'm saying?
ain't
It
my
would have
fault
been
he thought he was Steph Curry. I mean, you're an actor, but you don't act that good, nigga.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But look, in the sentencing thing, I think they're gonna make him do community service, man, on what not to do. You know what I'm saying? Like they did T.I. the one time for gun
Yeah,
violence. You know what I'm
they
saying?
gonna ask
One
for
eight
some
hundred.
money, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? No, but he don't
They
have.
gonna
I don't know how what his bad look like. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but you're right. You know what I'm saying? So
real shit,
that's the
bro.
whole thing. You know, but like this day and age, the information comes so fast, and people want to get on it, and that's the part. That's the part.
It's
Like we
all
said
about the
in the
snap judgment, man. That's what makes shit hot. The snap judgment is all the rage right now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but in our community, right? The first time when it came out, I'm like, that's unreasonable for me. You know what I'm saying? Like Chicago in the blizzard, and like I said, he picked the wrong region. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't in Mississippi, Alabama, and he wasn't in Palmdale or Lancaster, allegedly. We're gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
niggas
saying? He
been
wasn't
found
in
dead in
Orange
Chicago
County.
for fighting back.
I mean, that was a
You know what
village.
I'm
Like
saying?
everybody was just like, "Damn, Justin, why was you out at 3 walking
No,
on the
but I'm saying
coldest night?
Chicago.
on a coldest night recorded in Chicago.
Like, nigga, if you don't get
Man,
out of here,
Like
Right.
you
You
couldn't
yeah,
like
get your
like
ass.
yeah.
you of your celebrity, you couldn't
You
again, not even your
take your
celebrity,
ass
you
home.
couldn't order DoorDash, you couldn't order Uber Eats or
But I'm saying,
have your driver go to Subway for you while you was
you
walking. And that's
look, and
so
the thing is, right? I'm not gonna even call myself a prolific visionary, right? But I seen that shit coming. You know what I'm saying? Because Chicago, you know what I'm saying, it's not a place where people get hung. You get hit with 9 millimeters, automatic weapons. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody want to get you, you out alone in the alleyway in the snow, they're gonna put you under there. You're not gonna make it out alive. If
right. Just out
being
for a
from the
few.
South, right? And uh, I hope that it actually stopped. Whatever this going back into, you know what I'm saying, these lip it's no lynch mobs in Chicago. Too many people got guns. You know what I'm saying? And if he had a gun and fired back at him, they would understand, like, where you get the gun from. I'm in Chicago and I got it out the alley out of crate where they all be at. You know what I'm saying? So right there, you know, if you don't got no knife, no security, and you on TV, come on now, man. And it's like this was what I call, you know what I'm saying, a skid mark in people Fruit of the Looms. He's a skid mark on society now, man. You can't
right.
wash it out. You can't do anything. He just, I believe, right, that you can't walk the streets now as a celebrity or TMZ and say that I will believe you now.
He's
Period.
done,
Thing.
son.
You know what I'm saying? So I hope that we could whatever it is, right? I hope people that sees this and don't make it a big of a deal after this day for somebody that was trying to self-preserve themselves on this Hollywood fame stuff. Because at the end of the day, if you haven't built a solid foundation, just in case that you get cut and you made that revenue for those years, well, how long was it on before the 2 years?
I'm not sure.
You know what I'm saying? And said that to get off a break off the first time you're on TV getting $2 million a year, you know what I'm saying? That you should have banked your money.
Nigga, nobody out for a sandwich at 3 o'clock in the morning unless
Right.
you in a
None.
drive-through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he brought shame on to nobody but himself though. I think,
Himself.
like I said, I don't
Hey,
think
is
he
he
have
the
people
first
cheering
celebrity to
on.
cancel his food self?
I don't think so.
That's a damn good question.
Well,
Let's
you
look
know,
into that.
we can go
Yeah.
back to Pee Wee Herman.
Oh yeah.
But I
He
mean,
didn't cancel himself. He got caught
right,
up.
He
right.
got
That's what I'm
caught.
saying. He got caught up. This nigga basically set his own self up. Did nobody
Tell him Lord's
frame
March,
this
country.
nigga? Didn't nobody see this nigga walking, going for a sandwich and decide to jump this nigga? He hiring niggas to do this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
That
nigga
was the
was
rough part about it. He
that
hired
that nigga was on some reality show Millie Vanilli type shit,
There
right?
you go.
No. Hey, the one look, man, hey, I was talking so much, man, I even overtalked myself,
Rest in
right?
peace. Ain't they dead?
One of them.
One of them.
One of them.
Look,
Rest in peace, one of y'all. You know
look,
what
I,
I'm
I
saying?
look,
Rest in peace to one of y'all.
Yeah, the
one of
one of
y'all.
y'all. Yes,
I
sir.
forgot the whole thing. That this was the glue that held everything together, right? He said he received a letter with white powder substance like anthrax 2 days before he got robbed for the mega people. We forgot about the envelope with the white powder. You know what I'm saying? So did he owe somebody some cocaine money?
I was
You know
about to
what I'm
say
saying? On the
he,
show?
he probably snorted that anthrax nigga and went out there for a sandwich.
So
I forgot about the major
look,
part, dude. 2 years ago.
just not to throw no shade on nobody, right? But just that is just reality, and I thought it was funny as fuck. That y'all know that part of his defense and shit was that um, he was having a sexual relationship with one of the brothers, and that they whole story was just a lie on some lover spat type shit.
What? Oh, some sympathy?
Wow.
Some
Now
sympathy,
you
Siri?
just go, Now you
Come
just
on,
go
man.
stain
It's
that
just
brother whole reputation like that, right?
Allegedly.
Wow.
Allegedly.
Right. Wow,
Allegedly.
though.
So
If
it
it
was a
is
lovers
true,
quarrel. And
wow,
victimized.
nigga.
I just got beat up outside, so come back over here. Oh my God.
I'm like, nigga, you started off capping, you ended up capping, nigga. What
Right.
the
Like,
fuck?
Wow.
we gonna cap all the way out, nigga. Keep shooting. Fuck it.
That nigga story kept getting better and better.
Let him go. Keep letting the bitches go right out the door. Keep letting them go right into that cell, nigga.
You
remember,
know what I'm saying?
y'all
I mean,
remember when
because Justin first started off saying he was just beat up bad, and then he came
He
back
did,
with the news.
man. If he didn't end up in a neck brace, man, I'm trying to tell
the,
you.
the nigga, look, the nigga showed up to the police car, right? with, with the cord or whatever, right? Already wrapped around his neck, still hanging.
He didn't have no knife to cut it or nothing. Look, it would
No,
have been
nigga.
better.
Like, nigga, this
See,
the first thing.
see,
Get this motherfucker
look,
shit off
Right.
me.
you see,
Yeah.
that's the news. They hurt me. They tried to choke. They tried to hang me.
He didn't have no knife to cut the noose
I kept
off.
it on. I kept it on so y'all could see it.
Keep shooting, nigga. That's all I got to say. Keep shooting.
Nigga,
Keep
Right
shooting.
there.
Nick, you
What?
know how a noose is tied, nigga. Once you cut the part that's tied to the motherfucking tree part,
All you
right?
gotta do
You
is
can just pull
slide
that
that bitch
motherfucker
right off.
straight
You
through,
ain't
right?
choking
You don't
Yeah.
need no knife. You good. Yeah.
You don't need no knife.
Yeah.
Yeah, you good at that
No,
point.
I was saying to myself, I was like, they didn't string him up. What was they
That
gonna hang
nigga
him
had
from?
that bitch hanging off the side of his neck like it was a motherfucking
A
Jesus
goat?
piece or something, nigga. What?
Yeah. See, right there, right there. That's what I'm saying, and that's
Oh
why.
man.
Look, I'm just gonna go
Man,
all out
they
and
got
say, it,
his
man.
Jesus piece on.
Yes, he
Look, I'm just
did.
gonna take a hit for the piranha pond, man, because I just gotta say it
So,
just like this, right? Ain't no two motherfuckers is gonna get a noose around my neck, anyways, man. All it is
oh,
flashbacks
we go
of, you know what I'm
nigga.
saying?
They
Look,
gonna have to kill me first.
if you didn't find me knocked out with
Right.
hypothermia in
Right. You got to drug
Chicago,
me, nigga.
you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about walking out of alley. No, the first thing I'm doing is holding that sucker like this and taking it, and not fictitiously, right? As soon as I see you coming, it's bored. It's no fair fight there. You trying to kill me. So it's broken bottles, you know what I'm saying, in the alleyway, trash cans, iron, whatever. You know what I'm saying? First of all, if I'm a celebrity, I'm gonna up on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a meal poker, uh, even down to an ice pick where you can't even see it underneath my jacket in the cold, in my gloves. You know what I'm saying? Wolverine style. But to even walk out with it,
Let's just say a
it's
nigga ain't got
embarrassing.
none of that, but you get away, right?
Nigga, I'm getting away. Or
I'm taking the noose off first.
Who keeps the noose on, nigga? That's what I
That's
want
what I'm
to know.
saying.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing is,
Get
right?
loose or die trying, nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And how? And the thing
Right.
is, right? And when they seen the picture and try to blur it out, the rope wasn't even long enough to hang him. So I'm like, did he cut it? It wasn't like you need like 6 foot of rope to throw over across the tree and hang somebody. You know what I'm saying? It was like a little knot. So it was like you just did this for publicity. And you talking about you poured bleach on him and none of his clothes had bleach on it. Where's the bleach stain at, dog? That's like, no. And nobody cares around bleach when they hang somebody. You know what I'm saying? Come on
I
now.
do. I
No,
do just in
stop.
case.
Allegedly. You better stop it.
Just in
Allegedly.
case, huh? Just in case the hanging don't go quite right.
Right, just in case they'll go white enough. You know
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
hanging don't go quite right.
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 Yeah.
Just need to
But I'm
brighten it
saying,
up a bit.
Got a
You
little
know what I'm
bleach and
saying?
shit throwing your eyes and shit.
Ah, take that.
yeah.
Can't identify
You know what
me,
I'm
nigga.
saying? But anything, look, I have to be all the way knocked out. If I even see you walking up with it, look, if I even see you walking up, you can't hold it in your back pocket. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I see you walking up, I'm getting confronted. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a
And it,
fight. You
But
got to,
at
you
the
look,
got
you know
to,
at
nigga.
the end of the day, no matter what the situation was, you just went too far with it.
yeah,
And you know
and that's the thing.
you went too far. You wasted manpower off some real shit happening in Chicago. Wasted
Yeah.
police hours, wasted taxpayers' money, and that's really the bigger issue.
But to
Yeah,
a narcissist, when you set that ball a rolling, you got to keep that ball a rolling, nigga. He
Yeah,
was a
no,
narcissist to the nth degree. He didn't give a fuck about nobody else. It was all about him, nobody but him, and he was gonna keep that motherfucker going. Just like now, he go like he blamed one of the dudes being in a relationship with him. I don't know if that's true or not. Yeah, but he just gonna keep shooting. He just gonna keep shooting till he can't shoot no more.
Right.
now it just made me sick to my stomach because the hanging victims that was been victimized by the hanging, even the guy who was drugged by the truck by the train. In history of you know that's LA for you. But what I'm saying, everybody who
Ain't
became
that
a
a point?
victim of hanging or some kind of racist act like that they fear for their life, what I'm saying, and we can't talk to them because they
Niggas
lost
getting
their life
shot in
doing this,
Inglewood. They playing games.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Uh and it was like a bad taste. It's like that's the wrong thing. Like if you just got beat up and you just got stripped butt naked or your pants look like rabbit ears, somebody then robbed you, you know what I'm saying, and beat you up to, you know what I'm saying, like unrecognizable. You know what I'm saying? Then that, and they found you passed out with a noose around your neck. Then so, but you know, my heart just goes out to all the people that even had to refresh it in their mind if there was a victim of that kind of violence. And this dude just brung it up like it was just the fucking thing to do. You know what I'm
I
saying? And
mean,
it
and
and it's
even
like,
and because and I'm not for domestic abuse either. So even if it was a love sport that went wrong, report that nigga.
Right.
yeah,
Why couldn't you do that? I don't give a shit. You know, regardless, it wasn't like you was in a closet, so everybody already knew. You know, already knew the deal. So not, but regardless of that, if it was just something domestic that that was more believable. You left out at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to a party. You might have hooked up with somebody. That shit went wrong. Report that nigga.
Right.
But
yeah,
but you tried to save face, but you got too many people involved in it.
yeah. That was actually a poor excuse.
Right.
You
That's
know
what
what I'm
I'm saying.
saying?
Everybody got the right to defend themselves, but like I said, report that dude. If he did you bad, report that dude. But
Nigga.
but to make it but to make it what you
Oh,
made it, then that
oh,
was
hold on.
yeah.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold up.
because he could have
Hold up.
had World War
Hold
Three.
up.
You all right there, buddy?
Talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You
fine.
said
Oh, you
hold up.
holding up, holding up, nigga.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I was just
yeah.
I was just thinking like, hold
I was like, all right, I'm about to
What
get in the
the
car.
Okay,
on.
Nick, go ahead, Nick, and close us out and
Yeah,
shit. We
keep
at an
talking,
hour
keep
eight.
talking, keep talking.
Well,
Give us your
my
final
thing
thoughts.
is, my final thoughts is, don't let this be a stain on our psyche, right? Oh, there we go. There you go, Frank. Don't let it be a stain, and hopefully that we learn from this that if your revenue is at stake, you don't have to make no way out story. Just sit back and other things will come to you that I'm gonna put God on it. That God
Yeah, he
has
was
in
a good
store
enough
for you.
actor where he could have got picked up in something else.
You know what I'm
Empire
saying?
was it had to be his last run, but it may
Yeah.
be your last run.
Well, he
All
gonna
I can
write a
say
book
is
on the mental psyche breakdown of a Hollywood actor that used to be. How about that? That's it,
all I
people.
can say is thank you for the story, my brother.
Yeah. It- yeah, and thank you for the support from Mr. Hawk. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You can
Oh,
call
let
in
me
next time and
comment.
get on it.
Thank
And
you.
that
Thank you,
is
Hawk
not
Brian. All in the
sarcasm.
comment.
Yeah, for real.
Indeed. Well, come to the end of another good one. Want to thank everybody for joining us on YouTube and Facebook Live at 5/7 Central, Piranha Pine StreamCast. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Catch us on the replay. Leave a comment on the replay. Um, I've been finding that people think, sometimes people think that when they watching us on the replay and they leave a comment, when I say leave a comment in real time, that we can see it in real time. Well, we already did this. We still want you to leave a comment and we'll react to those in real time. Real still.
E- exactly.
But like, share, subscribe. You guys know what to do, man. As usual.
That's right.
Hawk,
We
make sure
have
you go over to YouTube, baby, and hit the like.
Yes,
go,
ma'am.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
hit the like.
watching us on
Yeah.
Facebook. Go over to the YouTube side, give us a sub over there, give us a like over there.
YouTube.
Uh
Vito,
YouTube.
go ahead over to YouTube. Go ahead over to YouTube and hit that like,
Yeah.
subscribe, baby. Get that up for us.
Next
Yeah,
time y'all see me, I'll be interviewing Justice Smollett. That's where I'm going, bitch. I'm going to
It's,
Hollywood. I'm going to interview
it's
Piranha Pine
Justice.
interview.
He said his name is
Yeah,
Justice.
go.
whatever his name is.
What y'all talking about? Juicy
Yeah,
Smollett?
Stu
Juicy.
Smollett,
Yeah,
Juicy
Juicy,
Smollett?
Juicy.
Juicy.
I'm going to interview Juicy. Get some real Piranha. Sink this. No, let
Go
me
get
stop
him,
that.
then, Nick.
Get
Shit,
Yeah,
him,
go
Nick.
I'm
get his
going to get
ass.
her. Yeah, it's going to be
Please,
hilarious.
thank you, bro.
Y'all know what it is. We have been and always will be live at
Ow!
5/7 Central from the Piranha Pond StreamCast. And now we
Uh,
are
Deuces.